Good morning to one and all. In this video lecture series, we will discuss about the cutting tool materials which is used during the machining process. In this previous lecture series of manufacturing technology subject, we had already discussed about single point cutting tool nomenclature and what are the major difference between orthogonal and oblique cutting, cutting fluids, tool wear, heat aspects during the machining process, and also we had discussed about the cutting tools and its classifications. Now we are going to discuss about the cutting tool materials. That means different types of tools used during the different types of machining process. What is cutting tool? Cutting tool materials are those materials which are used for making tools for cutting metals and other materials during the machining process. Some of the characteristics or features of the cutting tool material should be it should have hardness or higher hardness, and also it should have an higher wear resistance, it should have a greater toughness, it should have better coefficient of friction, have a higher thermal conductivity and specific heat conductivity, and also its cost and fabrication should be low. These are all some of the majorly used tool materials during the machining process. Some of them are high carbon steel, high alloy tool steels, that means HSS, that means high speed steels. There are about 4 different types of high speed steel, that is 1841 high speed steel, cobalt high speed steel, vanadium high speed steel, molybdenum high speed steel. In case of cutting alloys, there are about different types such as cast alloys, cemented carbides, coated tools, ceramic or oxide tool materials, and then diamond, etc. Now we will discuss about one by one in detail. In case of high carbon steels, it is majorly used for making cutting tools for lathe and other machines. It is majorly suitable for low cutting speed operation, and it is not suitable able to cut harder and tougher materials. Next, in case of high speed steel, that means HSS, it is used for making cutters and tools for cutting and machining of metals. It retains their strength, form, hardness at elevated temperature up to 620 degrees Celsius. It operates at cutting speed 2 to 3 times higher than that of the high carbon steel tools. These are all some of the types of HSS. First one is the 1841 type or tungsten high speed steel. The combination of 1841 type is it has an tungsten of 18% and 4% of chromium and 1% of vanadium. And the carbon content of the 1841 type is 0.7% and has a combination of red hardness and shock and wear resistance. It is majorly used in lathe machining process, milling process, shaper, slaughter, branching process, and also different types of drill bits. Next one is the cobalt high speed steel. In this case, cobalt of about 2 to 15% is used as a combination. It is used to increase the hardness and wear resistance of the tool. The combination of the cobalt high speed steel is it has cobalt 12%, tungsten 20%, chromium 4%, vanadium 2%, and carbon content is of about 0.8%. Next type is the vanadium high speed steel. It has high abrasive resistance than 1841 type and is used for tools for machining hard and difficult to machine the metals. Next, molybdenum high speed steel. It has a molybdenum content of 6%, chromium 4%, tungsten 6%, vanadium 2%, and has an higher carbon content. It is very tough and has improved cutting properties. Next one is high carbon steel. It has a carbon percentage of 0.8 to 1.6%. It is used for making hand tools and general purpose machines for operating at low speeds. It is cheaper compared to that of the other types. Next, cutting alloys. Superior to the higher speed steels. It can withstand higher temperature up to 1100 degrees Celsius. Whereas in case of HSS, it can withstand up to only 620 degrees Celsius. It is more suitable for cutting metals at much higher cutting speeds, removing large volume of metal at the faster rate. Next one is the cast alloys. Example stellite, cobalt, black alloy, etc. And it has a combination of cobalt 38 to 53%, tungsten 12 to 17%, and carbon 2.25 to 2.75%. It is superior to higher speed steels because of higher red hardness. Its hardness is of about 60 HRC, and it can withstand up to 1000 degrees Celsius. Next one is the cemented carbides. It is being costly as it is used in the form of bits, that means triangular bits or square bit or diamond bit. It has higher hot hardness and withstand a temperature of about 1200 degrees Celsius. It is used for making dies for wire drawing. Two types of cemented carbides are tungsten carbide and titanium carbide. Tungsten carbide has hardness of about 1800 to 2400 HRC. Titanium carbide has wear resistance of about 1800 to 3200 HRC. It is capable of machining hard steels and cast iron at higher speeds than that of the tungsten carbides. Final one is the coated tools. Some of the coated materials are titanium nitride, titanium cyanide, titanium carbon, aluminum oxides. It is majorly produced with the help of chemical vapor deposition or physical vapor deposition. Next example of ceramics tool is aluminum and zirconia. The last one is the diamond tools. Example is polycrystalline diamond. It is majorly used during the wire drawing dies and also grinding wheels and abrasive coatings. It runs at cutting speeds 50 times higher than that of the high speed tools. It is used for producing high surface finish on soft materials, and also it is used in machining non-ferrous alloys, ceramics, graphites, fiberglass, rubber, etc. Thank you.